Hey, it's Iris helping you to find your passion and make it your work. Are you stuck for inspiration on what personal development or business book to read next? Watch this video to hear about some of my favorite books to help you build a thriving business and a life you love. At the end of this video, I promise you'll be spoiled for choice on what to read next. I'll also share what's next on my reading list, so if you want to know what that is, make sure you stay tuned. And don't forget, for the best tips, strategies, and advice on how to leave your 9-to-5, build your own business, and become your own boss, be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell right next to it so you get a new notification every time I post a new video here on Wednesdays. I'm not exaggerating when I say that over the past decade, I've read around about 100 personal development and business books. I'm a real geek like that, yes. So to save you the hassle of figuring out what to read next, here's a roundup of some of my favorite ones. Number 1, Start With Why by Simon Sinek. In this book, Sinek talks about how to express ideas and spread your message in a way that draws people in. He beautifully explains why a company like Apple has built such a huge fan base and why a company like Dell hasn't, and he explains what you can learn from that. One of his arguably most famous quotes from this book is, "People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it." And in my opinion, this perfectly captures the book. I love this book so much because it encourages you to think about your why, your purpose, the reason why you do what you do, and to get really clear on that, and then to be able to express that in an authentic way. I honestly can't recommend this book enough. Moving on to book number 2, The $100 Startup by Chris Guillebeau. In this book, Guillebeau, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his name correctly, but that aside, he explains how to start your own business from scratch with, you guessed it, $100 or less. He covers things like your business idea, how to position your products or services, marketing consideration, pricing and sales strategies, and so on. Now, it's a super practical book, and that's why I really like it, with tons of really helpful tips, tools, and strategies to help you start and grow your business that you can apply immediately. I have to make one side note though. I read this book in 2013, 2014. I've seen he's done an update since then in 2015. However, that's still quite a few years ago. So I'm not sure how applicable some of his, especially marketing considerations, are in today's day and age, because the digital landscape is changing so quickly and has definitely changed a lot since 2015. However, I still want to mention this book because I think a lot of the strategies, tips, and tools that he's sharing are timeless, so I think it's still a great read. All right, moving on to book number 3, Atomic Habits by James Clear. Now, let me tell you, this book is a game changer. Honestly, it is so good. It's made a huge impact on how I set goals and, very importantly, how I go about achieving them. Now, if you've in the past set goals or resolutions, but you've either failed to achieve them or you've just abandoned them altogether, then you must read this book. Because in this book, James Clear not only describes why most people fail to achieve their goals or develop good habits, he introduces a very practical 4-step framework that makes it so much easier to develop good habits, drop bad ones, and achieve your goals. Now, this book isn't just about setting better goals. It really is about how to implement a system that helps you to achieve your goals. One of my favorite quotes from this book is, "You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems." This is honestly stuff that they should teach children in school. Now, let me know in the comments, have you ever felt bummed out by not achieving something that you so desperately wanted? I know I have, and it's led to massive self-doubt and made me wonder if I even had what it takes. If that resonates with you, let me know in the comments. And as I said, Atomic Habits has been a game changer in this area for me. So if you've not read it yet, go read it. I promise it won't disappoint. All right, moving on to book number 4, The Obstacle is the Way by Ryan Holiday. Building your own business isn't always going to be easy. You might run into a lot of obstacles and experience setbacks. I know my journey has been filled with them. And that's why I included this gem of a book. Because look, we're all going to run into things that stand in our way, whether those things are mental, emotional, or even just perceived. And The Obstacle is the Way teaches you how to overcome these obstacles. Actually, not only that, it teaches you how to embrace those obstacles, how to turn every negative into a positive, how to grow stronger and better with every obstacle you face. This book teaches you that instead of seeing an obstacle, hardship, or difficulty as something negative, you can see it as something else. You could see it as something good. You can think to yourself, hey, actually something good is coming my way. Something good is happening here, because obstacles are often catalysts for growth and propel you forward. Or as Holiday says it in his own words, blessings and burdens are not mutually exclusive. All right, moving on to my final book in this roundup, Daring Greatly by Brené Brown. Oh, I just love Brené Brown's work so much. In this book, she talks about the concept of wholehearted living, which she describes as engaging in our lives from a place of worthiness. She says, it means cultivating the courage, compassion, and connection to wake up in the morning and think, no matter what gets done and how much is left undone, I am enough. Daring Greatly is essentially about letting go of perfectionism and feeling worthy of yourself, no matter what you do or don't do, or know or don't know, in a world where everyone wants to appear to be confident, strong, and seem to know it all. So if you sometimes felt like you're not good enough, if you are scared of showing up, of showing yourself, if you sometimes feel like a fraud, then this book is a must read. Honestly, it's one of my favorite books ever. All right, so these were 5 of my favorite business and personal development books. Next up on my reading list is Never Split the Difference by Chris Voss. Anyone who's read this book tells me how good it is, so I can't wait to get stuck in. Have you read it yet? Let me know in the comments. All right, so if you like what I shared in this video and you're ready to, as Chris Guillebeau says it, fire your boss and do what you love, then be sure to grab a copy of my Escape the 9-to-5 checklist, in which I share 8 crucial things that you should be focusing on right now to get your business in the best possible place before you hand in your notice and say adios to your boss. Grab your copy via the link that I'll add in the description below this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. And if you want more on this topic, make sure you watch this video down here, in which I share some of the best lessons and strategies I've learned about how to turn your passion into a business since I started working for myself. See you next Wednesday.